Good morning. This is your famous author, Mark, coming to you with another interesting YouTube video. Now, what I'm going to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, is the economic collapse of the United States. Now, many of you might be asking the question, is the United States economic collapse and the decline of United States of America real or fake? Well, I'm going to tell you right now that the economic collapse and the decline of the power of the United States is real. Now, I'm talking about economic power, of course. Now, the question is, who's actually behind it? Well, there are many factors. When we talk about the economic collapse and the economic decline of the United States, there are many factors to that. One of them is that there are too many people that are dependent, or they got dependent on the system. There are, in my opinion, there are too many people taken from the system, and there's not a lot of American people who are paying into the system. Allow me to explain. Now, what I mean by taken from the system and not giving a lot back to the system, that means, for example, what I'm talking about is your Social Security. Let's and let's be brutally honest with each other. The United States of America's Social Security system is on the verge of bankruptcy. Now, there's economic data to actually back this up. Now, and what the other thing, and I wrote about this in my most of my books, such as Progressive Credentialism, The American Holocaust, and Start of the Coming Civil War. I wrote about the economic decline and why it's happening, and that is because of economic mismanagement, etc., etc. Now, there's a good news in this case, and there's also the bad news. Now, the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, is that this economic collapse that we are now a lot of, because you get these lot of these talking heads on Fox News, on CNN, on all the channels talking about economic collapse like they're the expert. But what they don't tell you is, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the good news in all this chaos, is that we are at a slow economic collapse, which in this case it's good for us, because then there are some steps that we can take to actually protect ourselves from this economic decline and economic collapse. Now, now can we fix this economic collapse, economic decline of the United States? The answer to that question is absolute yes. But this will require some economic, real tightening of the belt, tightening of the economic belt. I mean, we cannot, because as I mentioned in one of my books called The American Holocaust, ladies and gentlemen, when I wrote this, because there is no because of our economic misspending and mismanagement in United States economy by many presidents and many of our leaders, because of the economic mismanagement, we are printing money without the backing of gold, because in reality, a lot of people say there is gold in Fort Knox. A lot of people say there aren't, but really, I would, I would err on the side of the people that they say that there is no gold in Fort Knox, and in that case, ladies and gentlemen, we are printing money without anything backing it, ladies and gentlemen. So that is why, that is one of the reasons, because we are printing money. We are at a situation where the dollar is losing its economic power as their world reserve currency, and that's why we have this slow decline. Now, some people may say, "Oh, for example, some people say, well, the economy in Israel um, is growing, but our economy here in America is shrinking." Well, there's several, like I said, there are several factors for that, and one of them is that in America there's too many people depending on the system, and they're not contributing to the system. And what I mean by contributing, there's for example, with the Social Security thing, there's a lot more people taking money out of the Social Security system, and then there's less people putting money back into the Social Security system. Why is Israel economy growing and ours is shrinking? It's a very simple fact. Because in Israel, ladies and gentlemen, everybody contributes to the economy, even people with disabilities, in a small fashion and small country. They are even contributing to the economic prosperity of Israel. So that is a good thing. Now, would Donald Trump be able to fix our economic woes and economic decline and all that stuff? I don't think so. I don't think he'll be able to. But what he might be able to do with his economic policies is basically to slow down and maybe put a hold on the decline a little bit, but eventually, I mean, what we should really do is, like, in order, I mean, we should fix our economy so that we can live better lives, but at the rate that we're going, unfortunately, that is impossible at this point. Now, what election of Donald Trump might be able to do, ladies and gentlemen, what might be able to do, and this is only an economic analysis, is basically slow down the economic collapse for a little bit longer. What he might be able to do as president is to slow the economic decline a little bit more. But that's the only thing he's going to be able to do, is to slow it down. There are some measures that that could be taken to fix this, but what they are is I'm not even sure. So, and then we also have a decline, ladies and gentlemen, in our education system. We are no longer producing the Einsteins, the smart people. I mean, we are producing college graduates. I'm going to give you that, but we are not producing the same quality of college graduates like we used to. Like for example, we used to produce rocket scientists, astronauts, mathematicians, but America is no longer producing the quality of the people that they can actually contribute to make good contributions to science, engineering, and mathematics. So, because of our decline of our education system, that contributes, in my opinion, to our economic decline as well, ladies and gentlemen. Now, some of the talking heads may not agree with what I'm saying, but that's on NBC, CBS, and all those other channels. But that is okay. Now, I'm going to say, and please, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. Write your comments on it. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Whatever. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you in my next video.